Previously on Reversed.
I want you guys to see what complications can come from uncontrolled diabetes.
And I'll tell you again, I cannot change how I feel.
What are you, some prophet? I think you're a prophet. I think you're a prophet. So I did that.
Right, you did that.
I came last night.
Right.
Let me just take this time out to say thanks again, my beloved son and brother. I want you to come to learn more and also to see in my reverse of my diabetes. After listening to all the testimonials and all that, I said, I don't know yet if I really want to go through this camp. So I did tell you, I said, I'm going to go back for a little bit. I'm going to go down to my home and lay down and think about it. And I went and thought about it. And, came back last night and I got a revelation that I, just like the doctor said, because what I heard from him is that as much as I have so much responsibility as a bishop and traveling around the world, if I'm not healthy enough, I can't do the job that I was called to do.
You're the bishop.
Yes, sir.
If you've got all these other churches and you're here running around drinking beer when nobody can see because you're in Jamaica, when you're out drinking beer and living it up, doing what you want to do, right? It's not leading by example, man.
So this camp and this education and all that has been shared with me, to me, is very important. And so I humble myself. I apologize to you, my beloved son. I apologize to the crew and all the people that came here from Atlanta. I met a young crew out of Mexico that we're gonna settle down for the next few days, educate myself, because I gotta beat this. So forgive me again, my beloved brother Charles. I know you know I still love you, brother. And let's work on this and go forward.
My name is Charles. I made my name known as a celebrity chef and award-winning filmmaker. 8 years ago, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. It would set me on a journey to not only try and save my life, but ones I would come to meet around the world. It does not take much effort to live for others, and what we leave is how we will be remembered. I will embark on a road to help reverse the lives of some that are fighting this terrible condition. I hope at the end, we can see that hope is a great thing and the start of a better future. Welcome to Reversed. When we got home from Kingston, Rev was gone again. I talked to Dr. Asa about their confrontation and he thought Rev got something out of it.
Yeah, I did. Interesting guy. You really had a good talk.
Good.
You did. Really had a good talk.
Yeah. I hate to say it, I think he's got some things going on, you know.
He does, but I gotta tell you, let me just tell you what happened today. So I got to meet him and really get to talk with him, okay? I actually kind of talked pretty hard to him on some things.
So you've got a few more days.
Yes,
I'm going to challenge you to get invested,
yes, sir.
to work hard, to do what it takes.
I said, Charles didn't leave early this morning because he was just busy. He was busy, but it wasn't because he was just busy. He wasn't just working last night, you know. He's hurt, man. Your relationship, he cares enough about you to get you here to see change happen in your life. The root of it, what we got down to, because I asked him, I said, so you got here and you went out and drank beer and hung out and did your thing, right? He's like, oh yeah, I did that. And I said, so leaders are called to a higher standard, right? So we had that conversation. It was really good, I gotta tell you. We had a good talk. He broke down. So when I told him he was hurt, that you were hurt, his whole countenance changed.
And I came in last night and we had a good little conversation, but Chef Charles was busy with other.
No, bro. Let me tell you something, Rev. So he wasn't busy with other things. Charles is hurt.
It was real.
But I heard he came back.
Watch.
Yeah.
He came back today and hung out
Did the same kind of foolishness.
a little bit, and then he left.
Yeah.
So I get it. And I get how you feel on it. I do. And it breaks my heart
I
for
think
him.
he's making more a fool of himself because if you have, you expect somebody to have more respect for their own self.
Right.
You know, you're not making a fool of me, you're making a fool of yourself.
For sure. Right.
You can't keep going on with this act. I think we have so many other people and really good people to focus on. And I think the same thing I kind of told them in the car. I said, you know what? I want to see them go to a healing state now.
Yeah.
You know, because there's been enough dramas. You know, I want these people, when this show is over, when this experience is over, I want them to be able to look back and say, wow, it changed our life.
Right.
And this really was amazing for us. I don't want them to, this mess to continue dragging on over the next couple of days. It takes away from the good people.
And the focus?
We should be focusing on healing right now.
For sure.
On,
And there's a lot of that going on.
Yeah.
A lot of that
some mental and physical changes.
Yeah.
Given Rev's behavior, and that he left the house again, for the rest of the time here, it deeply hurts to say, it's best that he not come back. The distraction could only undo all of the positive progress.
Tomorrow morning, we're going to get up. We're going to make some coffee. We're going to let her stay in bed. And we're going to bring that cup of coffee into her morning. Would you do that with me? You be okay with that?
Be very happy with that.
And we'll start there.
Okay, that would be wonderful.
We're about to some coffee, honey.
Want to get out the bowl here? Thank you. I like that. Especially this morning, I could really use some caffeine to wake up. Thank you. Come here. Thank you, sir. Oh, yeah.
I needed to have a serious talk with everyone. After days of Roger and Lisa having couple issues and Rev, I felt we needed to get grounded and get back to why we were here and focus on changing lives. Being here was a gift, and I think we needed to remember that.
It's been going amazing. I want to say I'm proud of all of you. We've seen some amazing things happen here, some transformations. I want to say that from today on, I want to see the positive transformations now. I've had enough of the ups and downs and the issues and the dramas and all the other things. Look for some peace from within. Look for some peace to display on this show. Look for some peace within your families, within your friendships. Start to cultivate some friendships, right? We are seeing some beautiful friendships cultivating. We want to keep that going. If you have a relationship, work on that. Focus on the Zen stuff. Don't want to see any more dramas or issues or anything like that. We're at somebody's house in Jamaica. Let's respect that. Let's respect the process of what we're trying to do here. Everybody here, I would say that literally I couldn't even imagine one person not being here. Mm-hmm. So find success in yourself. Walk past yourself. Remember, you have to sometimes walk out of who you are and see who you are to make the change. Because if you came here doing the same thing you did back in the States, something's wrong.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
We saw some of the Rev foolishness drama. I don't condone that. It's not funny. It's not funny whatsoever. I don't see nothing funny in none of that. Right? Because that detracts from the show, that detracts from the mission. It's self-absorbing, it's dangerous, and we didn't come here to be entertained by clowns. Right? We came here to learn, grow, and figure out how we can change our lives, right? So let's move past all of that. Once again, today's word is healing, right? So that's what we need to focus on. And everything that we should be doing should be headed toward that.
Coming up on Reversed.
4, 5.
What are you excited about?
What we want to learn.
This really happens and it's real and it's painful.
All
right, so the first thing I kind of want to talk about is the importance of exercise and movement on the body. And I think a lot of people get frightened or intimidated when they hear the word exercise because you think you have to go to a gym and lift heavy weights and do hours of cardio, and that's just not the case. Our goal with what we're trying to accomplish today and what we want you guys to really focus on is movement, all right? And so there's a little bit of a difference. Exercise is kind of the end goal, but right now where we're at, everyone's going to start on their individual fitness levels, and our goal is just to get you guys moving. And so what we want to do is really focus on getting you guys moving. That'll help with your nervous system. It's going to help with your hormones. Okay, movement is so important for all these different things. Insulin sensitivity, when we're talking about diabetes, which is why you guys are here, movement and exercise helps to increase your insulin sensitivity, right? That's paramount for what we're trying to accomplish with diabetes. When you're in fitness, you have to really look at each person and what their individual fitness level is and kind of craft the workout for them. So we've been trying to do that as a group, and it's pretty neat to see how even though they're all on different fitness levels completely, they're all still individually progressing. So it makes me really happy to see that just in a couple days we're actually still making progress with that. So it's super important for you, if you're serious about your health, you have to have some kind of a goal and you have to track your progress. Okay, so I want you to accomplish that out of this session today. We're gonna learn how to do that. So let's stand up. You can sit. We're going to do a little warm up first. So basically, we call this movement prep. And the reason this is important before you exercise is because you want to make sure you're going to wake up your nervous system and get your body ready for exercise instead of just jumping into it, okay? So movement prep is basically just things that takes your body through different planes of motion, okay? And it makes your brain tell your muscles to move, right? It's waking up your nervous system. And remember we talked earlier about breathing. Breathing is very important when you're doing any kind of exercise, when you're doing any kind of movement. Okay, good job.
Exercise is key to a healthy life. There's no question of that. For me, walking played a big role in changing my health. We brought in Teresa, a well-known fitness expert, to help the guests tap into and get more of an understanding of what they can do. Be it simple as a walk or other routines, from mind to body, exercise is so vital for each one of us.
Jerome, you got one more, right? 5. Perfect. You guys are doing awesome. Something I always say to think about is exercise isn't easy because it's uncomfortable, right? It's sometimes painful in a way. It's not excruciating, but it's an uncomfortable pain. But what you got to really think about is the benefits if you don't, or the negative side effects if you don't exercise, right? They're going to be a lot worse. Okay, so you got to really push yourself and get through that uncomfortable. And it gets easier too. The more you do it, the easier it's going to be for your body. All right? All right. You guys did awesome. I'm really impressed that you did that workout. That was great. All right, give me a high five. We're done.
That's a low 5.
Oh, low 5. That's a high 5 for you, though. All right, awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up on Reversed.
So here we have a situation which is not uncommon.
The wound's been looking okay, but I'm a little concerned about it.
We've made tremendous progress over the last couple of days.
Absolutely.
I'm still touched from everything that happened yesterday. The trip that we went to Kingston, and we were taken to different places, and I tell you, it hit home. I am so filled with I mean, it's emotion, it's sadness, it's, how can I tell you, it's a big switch in my life, because being in the medical field for such a long time, and when I walked into the dialysis unit, I saw, instead of seeing my patients, I saw myself. Seeing the difficulties and seeing how wonderful this group is, I was able to get a tested kid, and that touched home, because they care, and I hope that that me sharing this with you can let you know that this really happens, and it's real and it's painful, you know, and we need to create people knowledge and create the tell people, you know what, you can take charge of your life and you can take care of yourself as good as you know, to be able to be a healthy person.
So here we have a situation which is not uncommon. Margie shared with me that you couldn't see. You can't visually see the meter and what it's showing in order for you to know when to put the strip in. And you're having some visual issues, and that's not uncommon. And what I heard you say was that you check your blood sugar with your mother because you have that support where she can see. That's a wonderful thing. We have to be creative in developing ways for us to accomplish what we need to do to stay well. So I'm happy to hear that. No perfect person living with diabetes. We all make mistakes. We all human. The key is when we remember what we need to do it and keep it moving. So now we have your meter. I will support you through the process because you cannot see. Most meters, like I say, kind of have the same protocol. You have your meter, you put your strip in. There's generally, and this is general, it may vary with brands, a 2-minute window of opportunity for you to get your blood on the strip once you insert it in the meter. So,
do I need to
the first thing you do, when you use a meter, typically, when you put that strip in, it's gonna automatically turn on. So the other piece about the strips is we don't want to handle them a lot because, you know, the part that measures the blood is a bit sensitive. Can you see which end would go into the meter? Because I know you know how to use a meter because you have one at home.
Yeah, it's this part.
Exactly. Okay, so we heard that beep. That's one indicator that it's ready for you to put the blood sample on. So that helps if we have some visual issues. We hear that beep, and now we see. Can you see that drop blinking?
Yes.
Okay, so that's saying, okay, it's time to put the blood on the strip. You're perfect. Perfect, that's plenty. There you go.
Wow.
Very good, my friend. 149. Very good. What time did you eat breakfast?
2 hours, 2.5 hours ago.
So what did we say we wanted our blood sugar to be after we ate? About 2 hours or so after we ate. We want that blood sugar to be
70 to 140.
Less than 180.
180, okay.
Before meals, 70 to 140. 2 hours after meals, less than 180. Okay. You're in range. Congratulations. Good for you.
Thank you, everybody, for helping me.
And guess what else? Sometimes we have to take time. If I'm sick, if I'm feeling bad, it might take me a little longer to check my blood sugar. You know, so you just demonstrated that you're capable of doing it on your own. You just have to be gentle with yourself and take a little more time.
Coming up on Reversed.
We're actually learning how to read nutrition labels.
Roger? Hey, can we come in? You know, Roger comes into a place where he's dealing with a lot.
Hi guys.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good, very excited.
Yeah? What are you excited about?
What we want to learn.
Yeah, we're actually learning how to read nutrition labels. So in front of us, we see a selection of foods here that we've put together. So let's break things up a little bit. Pair up and choose something from this table that's in a packet. So let's look at the nutrition facts label on your product. What do you look for first?
Serving size.
Yay! What does the serving size tell us?
How much we can consume.
How much we can consume is one response. What else does the serving size tell us?
It's going to tell you
what the rest of the ingredients, how much is in each serving?
Amazing. So Roger has really nailed it on the head. It's so important to look at the serving size because the serving size tells you that the nutrition numbers that you're seeing here are for that serving and not for the entire packet. Apart from the serving size, what would you look at next?
Carbohydrates.
Carbs. What comes after the serving size? It's the calories. The calories. So we will look at the carbs too. But when you look at the calories, I want you to think of calories as energy that food, that serving provides you. Okay, so apart from the calories, you would then look at what you had mentioned, Roger, the carbs. So in that carbs, you'll also see that there's a breakdown if you look at your nutrition label. Underneath the total carbs, what do you see?
Mine has fiber, sugar, and protein.
Fiber, sugar, and protein. Okay. So what you need to do is when you're doing your carb counting is subtract the 2 grams of fiber from the total carbs. And that's your real value that you're playing with. So Roger and Margie, tell us what you're thinking.
I was just telling her that we have 25 total carbohydrates, only 2 of dietary fiber.
2.
So it'd be 23.
Only 23.
23. And when you look at that 2 grams of fiber, what does that mean to you?
It's not much.
It's not much.
It's a little bit, exactly.
It's a little bit. How much do you think that number should be for you to say, wow, that's a good choice. I should go for that.
I would say 10 to 15 at least.
Wow, you're generous. That's a lot. Go for it. If you can find a product that has that much fiber, that's fantastic. Because again, it's keeping you fuller for longer. It's shown to reduce blood cholesterol levels, and it doesn't affect your blood sugar numbers. So really the number you're aiming for is anything from 2.5 grams to 8 grams in a single product. So ideally, the more closer you are towards the 8, the better. So actually, this sugar that you see here, the nutrition facts label doesn't distinguish between the 2 types of sugars. But because it doesn't distinguish between natural sugars and added sugars, how do we know that that's good? So the next step is to look at your ingredient list. Now we're determining to find out what is the source of this sugar, right? So Roger, take it away. What do you think
the third ingredient on the list is sugar.
The third ingredient.
Which is near the most.
Okay, so you've covered 2 really important points here, Roger. The first is it's the third ingredient, which means that there's a lot of it in it. It's the third most from all the list, and it's added sugar. Okay? So the next thing on the nutrition label is your percentage DV. Do we know what that
Daily vitamin.
Daily value.
daily value? Do you want to come and lead this session with me? Fantastic. It's fantastic.
He's
Yeah.
telling on himself. He's going to the grocery store.
Yeah, so tell us what you know about daily value.
It's the percentage they show on here, what they recommend you have on a 2,000 calorie diet.
On a 2,200 calorie diet. So what it actually does, the percentage DV puts your nutrients on a scale from 0 to 100%. And it tells you whether there is a little of a nutrient in your product or a lot. Any questions?
When I was first diagnosed, I went through a class on nutrition, and boy, oh boy, when we went through the class, I didn't realize how much I had forgotten.
So reading labels is a powerful tool in your toolbox, so you can make informed decisions when you're grocery shopping and stick mostly to whole foods. The more plant-based whole foods we get into our diet, the better, because we know exactly what's going into the food that we're eating and cooking, and we have more control.
Thank you.
Coming up on Reversed.
We've been cleaning it once on the little ulceration. We really need to get it twice a day.
It's okay for people to see my scars from having diabetes.
It was comforting to know we had doctors in the house. We took every precaution with the guests and even had a local hospital down the road in case there were any issues that were outside of our control.
So here's the thing, the thing is the wound's been looking okay, but I'm a little concerned about it. We've only been cleaning it once a day, and I think we need to get going to twice a day, don't you think?
Agreed. When was the last time you changed this?
Yesterday. All right, changed yesterday. This morning.
Okay. Yeah, I really think so. So let's go ahead and go in there and check on them. Sure. And at least get it clean part way through the day right now, just to see, make sure. Okay. All right. Roger. Hey, can we come in? Make sure everybody's got the clothes on in here. Hey, I heard somebody went and got coffee for someone this morning.
Yes.
Did you?
Yes. And he
Come
brought
on,
it
man.
in himself.
Get a second cup.
A second cup. That's great. No cream and sugar?
Just a little
Almond
bit of
milk?
Just a little almond milk.
Okay, all right. Isn't that great?
That's wonderful.
How did it feel?
Felt wonderful.
Did it?
It did. It felt really good. It felt like I was important enough to him to think about me.
See, that's awesome. That's all it takes. It's just the little things, right? That can make us feel special, right? And she is, right?
Oh.
Hey, listen, we've been cleaning it once on the little ulceration. We really need to get it twice a day, just to make sure, okay? It's been looking decent, but we just want to stay on top of it, all right? Let me help you get up here. I just want to jump in and clean up a little bit. There you go, man. You all right? Comfy?
Yeah.
Okay, good deal. All right, has it been feeling better?
Yeah, it actually was earlier, but it's a little sore after a while.
So that,
When it starts getting wet, it's dry.
that's when it really starts to become a challenge, right? The good thing is we're not seeing the odor is not like it was, right? It's right? It's getting better.
Much.
Odor's not what it was. So that's a
Right.
good thing. That's always a good sign. All right, let's get down here.
I'm ready for none. I can't feel that.
Okay, all right. I'm always just being on the cautious side. All right, we'll get this cleared out.
It's really incredible because the foot's been gone for almost 2 years and the pain is
It's
still there.
Pretty interesting how the body
It's
works.
an interesting phenomenon, that's for sure. And even in medicine right now, we've got a good clue about it, but there's still a lot we don't know. All right, so let me get this thing down here. And get that taken care of. All right. And I also heard Lovebirds kind of had some good conversation going this morning, more than you have in a long time.
Yeah.
Somebody was funny again,
Yes.
were they not?
Yes.
Somebody was making somebody laugh again.
And it was so wonderful to hear him standing out away from me laughing. I haven't heard him laugh in a long time.
In a long time, right?
So it was something that was
Everybody's
pleasant to my
noticed it.
ears.
Was it?
And he's a funny guy.
He is.
I've gotten
Great
some of the
sense of
jokes
humor,
along the
right?
way. Yeah, it's good stuff. Love it.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm excited for you guys, I really am.
Me too.
Trying to figure out who these two people are in here now.
Not the ones that came here to start with, that's for sure.
So I'm thinking that we've made tremendous progress over the last couple of days.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What are you thinking as far as Roger right now? I mean, you guys had that little situation, and were you able to talk to him after that?
I was. Roger comes into a place where he's dealing with a lot, right? His leg, he's dealing with his relationship with his wife. A lot of things are in flux right now.
Yeah.
But I think that he's in a place of healing.
Okay.
There's no doubt about it. I think that he even came up to me and he said, "Thank you for being a little hard on me." It really got me to a place where I could think and say, you know what, he's right.
Yeah.
And I need to stop feeling sorry for myself. I need to step up, be more for Lisa. I need to be the Roger that I need to be, the Roger that I used to be.
Okay.
That the leg doesn't define me, that I am who I am. So we kind of had that conversation. It was really good.
And I tell you again, I cannot change how I feel.
I understand that.
Believe me, I've tried. Been trying for 2 years.
But man, I'm telling you right now.
Everybody's, oh, it's just in your mind. It's
No.
just in you can fix it. You can change your attitude. Tell yourself. I tell myself every damn day, and it don't help. My mind goes crazy.
And I know you guys went in to kind of work with him as far as that. Were you able to talk to him and her at the same time?
We were, and I think his situation is really delicate. We're dealing with a lot of emotional issues, and there are multiple. It's not just the relationship, it's also his disability and some of the things that he's dealing with. But he's making a tremendous change, which is really positive, but I think it's really delicate, so we have to be cautious going forward that we handle him appropriately.
Yeah. He's in a good place, getting better, for sure.
He is. It's exciting. I mean, just to see a smile on his face, have him joking around. Absolutely.
Coming up on Reversed.
What's wrong with your leg?
Okay, with the Charcos, I don't have an ankle joint.
I've had so many negative experiences where people made fun of me.
We in Jamaica love fresh fruits and vegetables. You will always find someone on the side of the road selling everything from pop chow to mangoes. I wanted them to experience what that was like and took them to a local stand. Shaz was able to share with them some of the health benefits, and they were able to drink that sweet, tasty water right from the coconut, man.
Coconut water is actually awesome because it's rich in potassium and lots of electrolytes. In some countries they use it as an IV drip, especially when there's heat and dehydration. So it's fantastic for that, especially after a workout or if you're in hot conditions. It's a great option versus juice. That's a custard apple.
Oh, that's good.
Tried that.
You've tried that, right?
Yeah, we tried that.
When did you try that?
Wednesday, I want to say.
Yeah. What stood out for you in terms of foods that you've experienced so far here?
The freshness.
The freshness.
The freshness.
Yeah.
You know, because when we go to a market, like the grocery store back home, unless you go to the farmer's market, it's not as fresh. We don't know how long it's been sitting in the boxes, the crates, or whatever.
Right.
So, you know, this is like almost like freshly picked.
So several of you guys have come to Jamaica not having tried some new, unique flavors or foods.
This is great.
And weren't so keen on even trying some new foods.
This is just amazing. I never knew the coconut could taste like that. It tastes nothing like the coconut I'm used to.
This is fresh food. Whole foods, right? Close to nature.
It makes you appreciate, you know, fruits and vegetables more.
It was such a joy for Lisa to ask us to help her get in the pool. Since she is limited in her exercise, swimming is the next best thing. She truly is such an inspiration.
What's wrong with your leg?
Okay, with the Charcos, I don't have an ankle joint.
Why?
It flushed away from the diabetes.
Flushed away.
So I don't have a joint.
Charcos joint.
This is holding my
Eats it
foot
away.
together. If I were to walk without this and fall, I could
There's no
easily
stability.
snap my foot and it would be off. When I go swimming without the brace, my foot flops over to the side because there's nothing holding it straight.
The stability of the joints coming. Yeah.
So, you know, at least I've got this. They wanted to cut my foot off.
Right.
When was the last time you went swimming?
2 years ago, we went down to the beach, and I did not know that I had Charcos. I didn't know what it was. And my son and daughter-in-law came with me and helped me to get into the pool. But I didn't have the brace, so my foot just flopped everywhere. It was kind of embarrassing. They sent me to rehab for my foot to, you know, get physical therapy. Broke my foot.
Physical therapy did.
Physical therapy broke my foot because they didn't know what it was.
Right.
The doctor didn't tell them what it was, and they kept saying, rotate your foot, okay? Rotate your foot the other way. Now, stand up, do this. And I'm like,
There was no stability.
there wasn't, and it just, you know, I had a fracture.
So now
Now
you
I
can
know.
get back in the pool again.
Yes.
And now we're going to make it regular. Exactly right. Let's go
Now.
and swim.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Honey, you need to come over here for a second so you can see what we brought you back.
We go from coffee to water.
Watch yourself.
What is it?
We have brought you coconut water out of a full coconut.
Don't hurt anybody, including yourself.
That's the real deal right there.
It is.
Woo!
Look at that. You can hold it.
Look at that.
Oh,
come on. You gotta get the straw in there.
Straw.
Oh my gosh.
That's the real deal. Coconut water is amazing for your health.
Really?
Yes.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Is it good? It's
Oh,
good, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I've had it.
I've never had it before. I never knew that.
It tastes nothing like coconut.
All kinds of real problems. Yeah, and that's the
This is so
right.
cool.
So good job, man. You.
Brought two. We'll share the other one later. But you enjoy it.
That's cool. That's so cool.
All right.
Thank you. Okay, now this is the best deal yet. Here I am in Jamaica, in a pool, drinking coconut water out of a coconut.
Lisa is feeling a lot better about me and about herself, and I'm feeling a lot better about our relationship. It seems to be getting turned around and going in a good direction.
Can't get any better. It can't get any better. I don't remember when the last time it was that I felt so good. I have the pool. I love water. I love to swim. When I get into the pool, I don't feel like I have any, not handicaps, but I don't have any disabilities of kinds. I feel alive. I haven't felt this great in years, and I don't ever want to lose this feeling again.
Felice had a few of her own breakthroughs. It was amazing to be there to see some of them. The setting allowed all of us to see the many strengths of those in the house. And she did something today she's not been able to do in years.
This is the first time I've ever allowed people to see my legs in years. I haven't worn shorts in 5 years, but I spent time with Lisa and Roger yesterday, and it made me realize that it's okay for people to see my scars from having diabetes and that I wear a transmitter. Because I've had so many negative experiences where people made fun of me or looked at me and said negative things because I have scars. And even when I would go to the doctor, they'd be like, "What is that?" I'm like, "You're the doctor, you're supposed to tell me." So this is a big growth piece for me. And I'm very grateful that I came here to help you guys. And y'all, this is a big deal for me. I never want people to see my scars. You know, I say I look like a cheetah because I got all these marks on my body because I don't heal well from diabetes. And sometimes I might break out with something for no reason at all. And I've tried for years and gone to doctors and they don't know what to do with it and didn't know. But because you guys had the courage and the compassion to make me see that I'm beyond my scars, I want to thank you. Because I didn't want to be on TV in my swimsuit. I don't care about the extra weight. I mean, I'm older now, but the scars, this is just a significant thing for me. And I just can't tell you guys how grateful I am. So we made an agreement yesterday that I was going to show my legs. I tried to be slick about it and get out of it. Because the first thing you said this morning was I thought you were wearing shorts. But look at me now. Thank you. To be able to show my legs and my scars was such a big deal for me. And some people are like, "Oh, Felice, if you wouldn't have mentioned that, I would not have even noticed it."
But I notice it and I see it and it bothers me and I've had negative experiences from it. But what I learned from the people here who participated and got their gifts and learned what they needed to learn was that I'm okay with myself.
And thank you, Lisa.
Alex Everman, Isa, Silky Wonder, Empress, taking a flight, taking to another island. Fly away with me, girl, away with me. Fly away, fly away, fly away. Fly away with me, girl, away with me.
Okay, I have a sense of humor. Does it look like I'm ready to fall out of the pool because it's an infinity pool? I think that would be kind of cool to see me like half off falling out of the pool.
I'm not scared of it, but I'm not going over there. I'm gonna stay right here. No. Come right here. Come right here. I had a bad experience seriously. When I was a kid. But we're here. When I was a kid.
Get the t-shirt wet a little bit. Come on, that's all.
You said it.
No, come on.
No.
So this is truly a breakthrough. In only a few days, not only are blood sugars changing, sight is coming back, happiness, joy. People are doing things they haven't done in years, sharing things that they haven't shared in years, opening up to us in ways they can't even imagine. I couldn't even have dreamt this whole thing or scripted this or asked for anything more. This is truly everything that I've worked for and the dream that I had years ago. And it's coming true. And this is reversed. This is reversed. It's not just about reversing diabetes. It's about reversing us from within. So, yeah. In the next episode of Reversed.
Life is worth fighting for, I'll tell you that much.
If I had a hat, I'll take it off.
This truly is a dream come true for me.
So welcome to Sandbottom Cave.